Welcome to Blue Line Mental Health. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already, please take a moment to click that like button and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our new content we share. Warning: this channel may contain material that is graphic and could potentially be a trigger for some. Viewer discretion is advised. Don't say I didn't warn you. In this video, I'm honored to be joined by the Chief of Wauwatosa, James MacGILLIS.
Well, when I heard what you were doing, I thought it was a privilege to be able to talk about these things, especially as a police chief, and we've known each other for a very long time. I'll admit my own, you make mistakes along the way, you have to own them, work through them, also be human. Again, informing people, giving them information that how do we best support people that are doing this job every day. People do make mistakes, we're human, but we also go out and make differences in people's lives at the ugliest point in their life. Every contact is important. Every connection is important. Relationships are important, whether they're cop to cop or cop to community member or politician to police officer. Those relationships are important. So in those relationships, it's talking about this particular issue, which is sometimes uncomfortable for people to talk about, that mental health of cops. We are not robots. We are not machines. We are people. And shedding light on that is important. It's critical for the cops' longevity and health, but also for a safer community. Support your cops. That'd be my piece to it.
With every interview, I give the law enforcement member the opportunity to talk about an event that affects them to this day. Through their stories, we witness their emotions and humanity, revealing the deep personal impact these events have had on their lives.
I remember going to officers' houses after they committed suicide. Every one of them, I remember their names. I remember the scene, but I also remember them in life and how wonderful people they were. Crime scenes, horrible, horrible things that people do to one another. Blood, mangled bodies, children. Those ones involving children, ones you never forget. And how horrible those things are, what people do to children. Sexual assaults, investigating those. People that you know that now you have to put on the role of police officer. Those type of scenes. My gosh, those are incredibly challenging. I didn't want to make it doom and gloom and morbid, but those things stick with you. I can picture one of the many scenes, and probably one of the most gruesome and graphic, on 12th and Febrons. I can still smell it. I can smell the blood. I can smell the brain matter. I can smell the car still running. I can still hear that young man crying for his life, saying, "Please don't let me die." I still hear that. I remember my partner's face when he had to see that and how he had to cope with that. Conversely, I remember going into a young man's house who couldn't deal with the stressors of the job and ended his own life. Somebody who I called a friend. I also remember those detectives, after doing their investigation, putting on Tyvek suits to help the family do the cleanup of it because they cared that deeply. They had to put the hat on as a cop and do their job because they recognized how horrible it was. It was horrible for them, that they still went above and beyond to help the family cope. Stuff you never unsee. Some things that you never forget. That's just my experience. Every person that wears a badge, whether it's a 5-person community or a 5,000-person police community, they see those things in some form or fashion in their life. Imagine the stress of having to take another human being's life. And in my career, by the grace of God, I never had to. But I've had to work with cops that had to do that unthinkable thing. It lives with you the rest of your life. It goes against every faith, the tenets of any faith system. Whether you're a Jew, Christian, Muslim, thou shalt not kill. Yet, cops are asked to do the unthinkable at times, and they have to live with that. Weighs on you. Conversely, there are also times when you can make that difference, like helping people through one of the worst moments of their life. And it may be the only time in their life that they have contact with a police officer or a deputy sheriff. That you can make that difference, but it comes at a cost. That's why mental health support of our law enforcement officers is so critical. I can't tell you again how much I appreciate your work in informing and telling people this part of the story. So,
Thank you very much.
I mean every word. You know that.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for watching this video on our channel. If you found this content meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share to spread awareness and make a difference, one step at a time.